Let's get that. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's 4:30, people. It is actually 4:31 right now. Welcome. Welcome to the walk. Thank you guys for being up, being active, being. God bless you guys. Welcome in. What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Where you guys checking in from? A-Rod, Kevin, welcome in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Drop the questions definitely in the chat. All right. We are up. We are definitely up, guys. We are up. It is that time in the morning. It's what we do from 4:30 to 5 every morning. We get up, we get active, we get engaged. We start the day out with our purpose, with our blessings, with our knowledge. I'm gonna take you guys up to the top. You know where we head to start the day. Good morning. Where's everybody checking in from? What time is it where you are? Afternoon, morning, whatever time. Check in, guys. Let me know where you're checking in from, what time you have. All right. Sleeping money, make no money indeed. Getting up and getting after it. All right. Whoa, all right. Welcome in, 432 indeed, 232 from Denver. Welcome in, Colorado, Denver. Kevin, good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. We're up with God's grace. We're up, we're prepared to take on a new day. Y'all know what we do here. We talk about, we focus on, and we are determined to develop our discipline to get better, to grow stronger as we do every morning. Great to have you guys here. Thank you for the like and subscribe, Jay. I appreciate that. Reese, trying to get this camera working correctly for me this morning. How are you doing there? It looks like Lip something. Dallas, Texas. Jay Munn, good morning. How you doing in Dallas? All right. Thank you very much for being here, everyone, this morning. Let's get up. Let's get ready to get at it, guys. It is the morning hour. It is the wake up. It is the walk and talk. Let's start this day with power. Let's start it with some strength. Let's get at it. Oh yeah. I appreciate it for everyone who's here. Where are my shout outs at? Let me get a thumbs up, guys, and I'm up in the chat if you're up and you're ready. It's a lot of people sleeping. Look around, man. I can show you a lot of dark windows. A lot of people not up, not started. For those of us who are up, let's make sure we're up with intention. We're up for a reason. We ain't just up to be up, but we up to be at it, guys. Thank you again for being here. Every morning, 4:30 to 5, we're on this walk and talk. I'm here to motivate you and encourage you. Whether you're a small business owner, whether you're an employee, whether you're a family. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Bald head while I'm begging for money. Good morning, Robert. How you doing? So with the morning being started, guys, regardless of what your focus is, regardless of how you guys are starting or ending your day, in the middle of your day, the big thing to understand, guys, is that we're up this morning because we have a purpose. I want to encourage all of you, no matter where you are, no matter what your primary focus or job is, that what I do and what I want to bring to the table for you guys here is an opportunity to understand that you can achieve all of those goals with faith, discipline, and the application of some leadership skill sets. It can help you get to places that you may have never believed possible. I want to let you take a look. I'm up here every morning. Come up here to this top. Take a look around. And then start my walk, guys. It is a beautiful feeling. I need to get my shoes tied up. So I'm gonna sit you guys down for just a moment. I would love to hear you guys. Remember in the chat, drop where you are, what time it is where you are. What are you working on, guys? Take a look at what today's topic is. Accountability. What can you guys tell me about accountability? What does accountability mean to you? What does it mean to say that I'm accountable? Who of us has anything, has children? We're leaders at our jobs. We have a business. Who of us has any of those? Anybody in the stream have any of those things this morning? And how does that speak to your accountability? And what areas does that require for us to be accountable? Just checking in. Good morning. I see you guys in the chat. What do we have? Willing to take an L sometimes. That's from, gotta clean off these glasses. Is that Windforce? Willing to take an L sometime. Got to be consistent. 4:30 at NYC, indeed. All right, you will have to fight through that, Kayla. Is that who it is? Fight through whatever is holding you back. Always stay strong, guys. Take account for your actions. Recognize it. Exactly. Exactly. Being a well-rounded adult. Exactly. Those are some very key components and necessary understandings of development in order to understand accountability, guys. Accountability is major because, as most of the people have already said in the chat, accountability is something that we have to first start with on ourselves, right? There's always a degree of accountability that we want to hold others to, but our own self-awareness and self-accountability requires for us to start with ourselves, which means that when we start setting a standard, when we start setting an expectation for behaviors, when we start setting a understanding of how things should be, it needs to start with us being accountable to ourselves first. How to become stronger. You have to be more, I need more detail in what area you're trying to be stronger. Be accountable to your actions and then the consequences. You have to be able to accept them, Scott. You're absolutely right. How to become more stronger, Kayla. I need you explaining what area you're trying to become stronger, right? Because there are specific steps that you can take if you're trying to get stronger in any one area. However, all of them will require what we're talking about this morning, which is why I preach so often and speak so often about discipline, is because everything will start with discipline. You can point that weapon at anything. Once you've developed that skill set, you can point it at anything and it will help you become stronger in that space. It will help you grow in that space. You can be a good guy in life. You can be a good guy all around. Don't let anybody convince you that you need to be a bad guy in order to achieve your goals. We'll go for a run too. Have a good day and thank you. Hey, Scott, thank you for stopping in, man. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Enjoy that run. Remember, we're working with discipline, right? 4 pillars, repetition, right? Followed by consistency. You need to have patience and you need to persevere. Continue to grind, Scott. Thank you so much. You're jobless, okay. Good environment before a good job, right? You have to create that good environment sometime, right? So then we have, hey, who's that? Horatio? Hatero? Kevin says, set yourself up for success. Accountability will do that. Discipline will help with that, guys, exactly. And so here's what we're all saying here. Here are the things that we're sharing with one another and that we're starting to see already in this chat this morning. which is always great, guys. And as you come in, if you could just make sure when you first come in, you drop your time where you're at, where you're checking in from, so I can speak to you guys, give you a shout out where you are. That one of the things that's going to always be important is that when you look at discipline and you look at accountability, when you hold yourself accountable, you set the standard bearer. You become the standard bearer. If you are a leader on your job, or if you just lead, keep in mind that being a leader on your job is not based on position. It's based on the people who look to you for guidance. It's based on the people who look for you to identify their own path, to identify their level of competency and investment. Being a leader isn't determined by what position you hold with your company. Being a leader is determined by how the people in the company view you and who is willing to understand and who can see your value and follow you. 3:41 a.m. from Denver, checking in. How are you doing? That is No Name. All right, Ed Spencer, checking in. How are you doing, Ed? All right, and Kayla, you say you want to buy a tank. So I think you said earlier that you were jobless, Kayla. So one of the things you have to understand, and we talk about this a lot in the chat. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for stopping in. Make sure if you're up, you say I'm up. Drop in your time, your location, where you're checking in from, so I can give you guys a shout out this morning. It's great to have you here. I appreciate you being up, being a part of this walk and talk. All right, we are at 10:42 p.m. in Hawaii. Good morning, Hawaii. I'm up, indeed. Thanks for being up. I see you out there, Dan. Welcome in. Checking in from Malaysia. Okay. And that is Hartero. All right, John. Hey, what's going on this morning, John? Good morning. Good to see you. Sup, everyone. Indeed. Thank you for dropping in. That's Slothman. Become successful, become a leader. Right, so Kayla, so this is what we're talking about, right? You're talking about currently being jobless. So the challenges can be immense when you don't have a job, right? The challenges with just being, with wanting to achieve anything. I'm a believer that I'm up in the room for advice, all right? So the challenge with not having a job is that you're trying to achieve something. Anything in life, the challenges are going to arrive when you're trying to achieve something. It's difficult to hear, especially when you don't have income coming in, to understand that the work you have to do is on yourself. And the reason the work you have to do is on yourself, and the reason you need to become self-accountable and self-aware, is because until you learn to value yourself and value what you provide and value your own input, until you come to that realization of what your value is, you cannot expect another company, you cannot expect any company or any business to look at you and say, hey, you bring this value to our business because of your value and your belief of yourself. If you don't have a value and a belief in your own value and your own worth and what you can bring to a company, you're challenging that company to find that for you and to give you purpose. Keep in mind, a job is a job. It is not as important where you do or what you do as it is how you do it and why you do it. When you develop a purpose and an understanding of why you go to work, and you develop an understanding of how you work, no matter what type of work you do, now you are understanding that your worth, your value, you start there. And it has to start with accountability. It has to start with, what am I doing to better myself, to build myself, and make myself valuable? Good morning, what's up, man? From internet, welcome in. Dan said, if I'm a kid, I'm a kid, so bye. Thanks for stopping in, Dan. You can be a kid, but you gotta also work on yourself. Thank you very much for meeting me here. All right, internet, let's see. The company don't need to know about that. Company don't need to know about what? What am I missing here? Question is, you want to normal, you want to be above that. You want to be an artist, do it. Want to sing, do it. Correct. Been working to beat my addiction. All right, whenever you're working to beat an addiction, Whenever, Benjamin, thanks for checking in. Thanks for being here. Indiana, good morning. Oh, that was Dan. So working to beat an addiction, working on anything in your life requires the same principles of discipline, right? So welcome in, Kiki. How are you doing? So working to beat your addiction, working on anything in your life, it still requires the same principles. And this is why I explain the benefit of discipline, and I share it so often, because the principles are simple and they're very consistent. They're very true. And the thing that's going to be important is that, thank you, Dan, is that when you look first, the leadership qualities of self-awareness and self-accountability, when coupled with the discipline principles of repetition, consistency, patience, and perseverance, are what are going to drive and create that foundation that you will build success as you work towards mastery. Slothman wasn't able to work at all last year due to being curfew. Started a job in December doing security, and now they're giving me a supervisor training. I worked hard and showed your value, correct? So you show your value, right? So Pig Hunter, welcome back. Good to see you here. Learning disabilities made school. So if learning disabilities made school difficult, those are things that we can speak about, because you can only control what you can control. And as we've said before, hello, good morning, welcome in. I'm not going to be able to say that right, so I'm going to say BB. All right. Never think about going back to jail. That's not the answer, man. That's not the answer. Welcome in, Kevin. Good to see you, man. So what are we talking about? So all of the things that we just saw in the chat, right? So self-accountability, self-awareness, all of these things go together with discipline. When you want something in life, life doesn't care. I'm going to say this really quickly because I think this is important, especially based on what Pig Hunter just dropped in the chat. Pig Hunter said, I'm thinking about going back to jail. Here's the thing. Life doesn't care if you go to jail, right? Life doesn't care if you live in a gutter. Life doesn't care if you're in a mansion. Life does not care. Life is there. No matter what decision you make and where you want to be in life, life is not looking for you. Life is life. However, challenges arise when you want something in life. It's when you decide that you want something out of life, that you want something for yourself, that you incur challenges. Life doesn't care if you lay down and die. Life doesn't care if you get up. But if you want something, you're going to incur challenges. And when those challenges arise, that's when you have to understand the benefits of being able to lead yourself, of being able to be disciplined, and then you have to discern, you have to figure out what your purpose is so that you have a reason to get up. Pig Hunter, if you feel like it's that you want to just go back to prison, you have to find out what your purpose is in life. You need to figure out, why is it that I'm getting up in the morning? What is it that I'm working towards? What is my purpose, right? And then that purpose transforms into a meaning. It transforms into a guiding light. So when there's nothing else to drive you, when it's dark, when it's hard, when it's stormy, when there's no motivation, there's no David Goggins to turn to, when there's no music in the background, when it's just you in the dark, in the morning, preparing to get ready, you understand that you have a purpose, and you get up and you get started on it. It takes a purpose, it takes a why, and when you have a why, you have something to build on. There is a definite requirement in an individual's ability to have faith in not only God, but in the thing that they're trying to achieve, and understand that their actions, if you're taking actions but you don't believe it's possible, you're not going to achieve it. It is not until you believe this thing that you're trying to achieve is possible that you actually start to move towards it. What do we got, guys? My purpose is helping troubled youth. Stay on your purpose, Pig Hunter. You can't help troubled youth from prison, right? You have to be able to tell your story. You have to be able to understand, no matter where you started or what you were doing, no matter what you've been through, if you have a purpose, you can't serve that purpose from prison. So until you believe that that's your purpose, and stop trying to do it. We don't try to do anything. Either we do it or we don't. If you're helping troubled youth, then work on yourself. Work on your ability. Work on your skill. Work on the thing that's in you that's going to make you valuable to troubled youth. That's going to bring that value to you. That's going to bring that worth to you. That's going to help that message that you want to deliver to help troubled youth, to help them. And you'll find out that there are a lot of troubled youth. You were a mechanic, helping teens escape gangs and addiction. That is tremendous. That is a tremendous calling. But you have to work on you. Trust me, it is not about working. It's not about doing that thing. It's not about what rec center you go to. It's not about what community center you're in. It's not about what neighborhood you're in. It's not about where you are. It's about understanding that that's your purpose and become the person, be the person who does that, right? So it's not about working hard on the children. It's about continuing to work hard on yourself. And then you'll find the things that you do for yourself to ensure you don't go back to prison are the exact same things, the exact same message that you'll deliver to those children to help them escape that. You have to live that life. You have to be that person. Good morning. It's Blue Room. You got to be ready. What else do we have here? We have, check it in, Steven, how you doing this morning? How many miles a day do I walk? So I get in quite a few miles a day. Most days I end up somewhere around 8 to 10 miles. My wife and I have 7 children, so we stay pretty active, both inside and outside of the house. All right, and so it is difficult, man. Remember, when you want something in life, that's where your challenges will arise. We'll always see challenges when we decide that we want to achieve something. If you're not seeing challenges, and here's the interesting thing, if you don't have any challenges, you're at a point where you've stopped growing. If you're on cruise control, if you're like, man, life is chill, you're not growing anymore. And I always say, by using discipline, we achieve success as we work towards mastery. The goal is always mastery, and you'll achieve success along the way. And for a lot of people, success is where they stop. They're like, man, I'm good. I got a job. It pays me $80,000 a year, $105,000 a year, whatever I'm making. You know, I can pay my bills. I'm good. That's success. But as you continue to master yourself, not the work you do, you're working towards mastery of self. As you continue to work towards self-mastery, you're going to continue to increase your value. When you work towards the mastery of your life, you're going to continue to increase your worth. And you're going to see coincide with that, you're going to continue to increase your value in the marketplace. I'm not one of these people who tells you that you have to go out, buy yourself 125 houses, flip them, get a HELOC, invest your money in this and that. That's not how it starts. Everything starts with developing yourself first, because it doesn't matter. Everyone's heard the story of lottery winners who go out and lose it all. Everyone hears the stories of families that were billionaires and turned around to have grandma selling her apartment in New York 2 generations later. Everyone's heard these stories. Why? Because the work has to be on self. The work is not on the money. The work is not about the wealth. The work is not about the riches. The work is on you. The work is on developing yourself, your character, understanding your value and what you bring to the world. And as you work on those things, you'll see the development growth in the other areas. You don't have to quit your job. Work on yourself to become so valuable to your job until your job or some other company determines that we have to have you at whatever price point, at whatever it costs. And then understand how to use your money to make money. That's why Finance Fixers is part of the name. The focus on this channel is not on finances. It's part of the name because so many people turn or believe that their bottom line problem is, I need to make more money. But the bottom line, the start and the end to everything that you want to do starts with you. It's not about making more money until you are the person who can handle having more money. It's not about making more money until you as the person can understand what money is meant for, how money is meant to be used. But it starts with mastering self. It starts with working on self, waking up, understanding your value, understanding why you're doing what you're doing, having a purpose, because there's not going to always be motivation. It's not going to always be a sunny day. It's not going to always be warm. You have to understand your message, understand your purpose, and then pursue it. Kevin, if you don't scrap up your knee 10 times to get 60 wins, how could you say you only 7 consecutive wins? Makes sense. There you go. You got to work hard. You got to get in there and keep grinding. Keep fighting. You're right. You got to keep getting tough. Richard, I understand what you're saying. So you're saying that you've had brain injuries in the past, right? So there's the thing. You cannot, and I keep saying this, you cannot allow for someone else to dictate what you do or what your situation is and how you're going to achieve and live within those circumstances. So I don't have a full assessment of your particular situation, which is why I share this general knowledge, but it doesn't matter what the particular situation is. Only you know that, and also only you know whether or not you're being accountable. Only you know what your not your limitations, but what your capabilities are, right? I heard someone say yesterday that people say, I don't have anything. They say, I have nothing. I'm lost. I'm at the bottom. So I can't do anything because I don't have anything. And the thing is if you flip that, if you don't have anything, if you're at the bottom and you have nothing at all, then what do you have to lose? What is there to complain about? If you don't have anything and you can't get anything done and you don't have any help and you don't know how to do the work, you don't know how to just make your life better, you don't know what's going to happen next. If you don't have anything and you're struggling, then why not do something? Because you have nothing to lose. If you don't have anything, what is there for you to lose? What is there for you to lose from trying? What is there for you to lose from getting up and working on yourself and becoming the best version of you? What is there stopping you from doing the things that you say you want to do, from being the person that you say you want to be? We have to stop trying. We have to stop trying and we have to start being. That's very important to understand that there's a difference between trying to be someone and being someone. Yes, indeed. You always have the ability to help others. You always have the ability to help others and to help yourself. I knew the day was coming. I'm excited. And think about that. I'm truly happy to be here and to have air, water, sleep. That's the blessings. Those are indeed true blessings. Going after it all day, every day. And it's what you have to do, right? You have to go after it all day, every day. And the reason it's important to go after it all day, every day, guys, is because if you don't go after it all day, every day, then you're losing that motivation and you're expecting someone else to come through and carry you through, right? It's not going to be someone else. You can't wait for Jesus to come pick you up. You can't wait for God to come through and get it done for you. You can pray as much as you want to, but God has blessed you with the ability to be able to do the things that you need to do. So you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to stand up. You're going to have to do the work. You ask for an opportunity. He's blessed you with the capabilities of achieving that task. Stop turning that outward and waiting for someone to give you a chance. You create your chance. You create your opportunities. Good morning. How are you doing? Juice. So that's going to be important, guys. That's how we want to make sure we're proceeding. I appreciate you guys being here. As you know, I am here every morning from 4:30 to 5 a.m. I understand what my purpose is. My purpose is to provide for young families, entrepreneurs, and people who have a positive energy and a growth mindset, the knowledge, the capability, and the transformational life experience of growing and creating generational prosperity for themselves and their family. And I do that by sharing with you these principles of discipline and leadership in a very simple framework, but it starts with the framework of developing self, guys. I'm here every morning, 4:30 to 5. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you stopping in. Please, guys, continue to have a blessed day, continue to care for each other, and continue to work and move forward. I love you guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. It's been great.